Dun, 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 dun.
Welcome to the Con Guys ultimate preview of the San Diego Comic-Con at Home event, which is coming this July 22 through 26. On this show, we are previewing the exclusives, the news, and the best panels from all 5 days, really 4 days. Wednesday's kind of a preview day, and we do it on our brand new home right here, our brand new podcasting home, that hashtag show. So glad to be here. All right, so we're going to go around and introduce everybody to the group. We'll start with Katie.
Hey everyone, it is Katie, aka the con girl of the group, and I'm excited to talk about Comic-Con.
All right, Derek.
Hi, my name is Derek. I'm a regular here and a contributor on theconguy.com, and I'm excited about this too. It's really convenient to be able to do Comic-Con from home this year, since we can't leave anyway.
It is. Jake and Cheeseman, or as the old 80s show, Jake and the Cheeseman.
Yeah, I'm Cheeseman here with conguy.com. This is Jake Gerley, one of my best friends. We met in 4th grade. Before I knew Jake, I was a little jealous because I'm like, this guy can draw Bambi better than me. So it's like, I got to find out who this kid is. And we actually bonded over Power Rangers and drawing different things. We drew Sonic the Hedgehog and all that fun 4th grade stuff, Jaws, and a lot of fandoms. He got me into a lot of fandoms, so he's my Obi-Wan.
He's my Padawan.
All right. And last but definitely not least, Mr. Cleaver.
Hey everybody, it's me, old buddy Ben Cleaver, and I also did want to mention I'm really stoked for us to be here on that hashtag show. Really quick, just want to do a shout out to Junior, Ernie, Rowe, all the guys over at Hashtag Show, and the guys over at Neft Vodka, who's one of the sponsors of that hashtag show. This will be our new home for at least a little while right now. As you all know, we have been hosted over at AfterBuzz for our podcasts for several years now. They're taking a hiatus for the summer. Of course, it is an unprecedented time, and so they're taking some time off to get some stuff figured out over there, just with gestures generally at everything. And so we're really happy that we were able to land over here at that hashtag show and the Neft Vodka USA studio, or I don't know if that's the name of the studio, but thanks guys, really appreciate it.
Speaking of Neft, I just want everybody to know it is one of the benefits of being here at the hashtag show. This is a great I'm not being paid to say this, but nice stuff, guys.
You're going to need a bigger barrel, Jim.
Jim will be getting more fun as the show goes on.
Yeah.
I know. This show's going to get better and better. Hey, guys, the show this week is all about Comic-Con at Home, which, as we all know, San Diego Comic-Con, they actually had to call it off, I guess, the same way that the rest of the world had to call it off this year. But San Diego Comic-Con did something different. They have created this crazy, monumental online event, which we are so excited about, and we're going to talk to you guys about in a little bit. But Katie was just saying before the show started that you met some folks this week that actually had already come into town being Los Angeles, Hollywood, for the Comic-Con event. What were you saying, Katie?
Yeah, I've met a lot of people at my work that were coming into town, and they didn't cancel their trip. They're still here to celebrate and do some shopping and stuff like that. So it's nice to see that people are still trying to get in the spirit and still find ways to buy the things that you would normally buy at a convention anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know. I just don't this is how many years have I been going? I think I've been going to Comic-Con, I know at least since 2008. So that's like 12 years. This would have been my 12th year this year. And this year, this week, this is Comic-Con week. We are starting Comic-Con week, and it's a big deal that, wow. There's some good things, though. You don't have to pay those $400 or $500 per night room charges right now. We're not camping out on the side.
All five nights for the price of one, probably.
Yeah.
I know. This is, and Derek, you were saying that it was kind of exciting. Why?
For me specifically?
Yeah.
Well, my wife and I have this foster baby now living with us, and we really had hoped that we'd be able to do some family-style cosplay together, especially after having just had The Mandalorian come out. We were thinking, Mandalorian, Cara Dune, and Baby Yoda. It might be a little harder to pull that off right now, but we're tempted to do a little bit of cosplaying at home just for fun. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's nice just finding a silver lining. It's nice that we don't have to stand in line for panels.
Yeah.
It's nice that you can just go online and watch stuff. You don't have the same kind of interaction that we would have had when you're actually there in person. But it is kind of cool that it's just much more broadly accessible right now. And also, like, it could be possible to go to 2 panels at once. You know, a few of your favorite panels are happening at the same time. You just open one on your phone and one on your computer, and there you are.
Later. Or watch it later. That's the cool part. Is like, usually you have to choose, and you know that's how a convention is. You have to choose everything you want to go to.
Yeah,
but
you don't need a time turner this year,
which is awesome. Awesome. All right. So tonight, what we're going to talk about, we are going to talk about the exclusives. We're going to talk about the panels. We got a little bit of Comic-Con news coming up, but first, before Ben's going to jump into some news for us, but before he does, Luke, here on the Con Guy Show, we have a very special week coming up in August. Can you tell us about that week, Luke?
Yeah, so we're kicking off a bang right now with all of our nice Comic-Con material. We're going to be down there. We're going to be talking about the panels and everything, but we are very excited to announce that we are going to do an exclusive The Con Guy Shark Week. So hopefully Jake's going to be able to jump on some of these as well, but we have some very special guests coming, including Carl Gottlieb, the writer of Jaws. He also wrote on Jaws 2 and has been involved in several different Jaws things, wrote the book, The Jaws Log. We have Joe Alves, the production designer, designed Bruce the Shark himself, also directed Jaws 3, Jake's first Jaws movie he ever saw. We'll be talking about that more. And also we got Jeffrey Kramer, who plays Hendrix. He was Brody's partner, was the guy throwing up, blowing the whistle in the beginning of the movie. And he's also in Jaws 2. So we're very excited. He was at some other conventions. We met him before. Very cool guy. So we're very excited. Then we got Alex Kittner himself, the boy who got attacked by the shark. He's going to possibly be out on the beach. His name is Jeffrey Voorhees. So we're going to be doing an exclusive interview with him. And also there's a guy named David Bigelow who played a short kind of like part in the first one. He was one of the kids on the beach, but he's an ultimate Jaws fan and is currently restoring not restoring, but recreating the Orca. So this will be the Orca 3. And they have a website right now called Return of the Orca. And you can go there and you can be part of like donating, and you can also even get discounts on riding on that boat in Martha's Vineyard, or you could get even a private tour for 4 if you're one of the top donors. So be checking out Return of the Orca, but we are excited to have him on the show and talking Jaws. And maybe, you never know, there may be even more guests that we may be bringing on, but we're going to be talking a lot about Jaws during Shark Week because we are celebrating the 45th anniversary, and what better time to do it than now.
Can I tell you something? I am super stoked about this. By the way, when he says Shark Week, we're going to be dropping different interviews each day of the week that week. So it's going to be a busy week for the Con Guy. And but we hope that we will get a lot of excitement going on there. I love the fact that who's the actor who played Alex Kittner?
Jeffrey Voorhees. Jason Voorhees, but Jeffrey.
Not Jason Voorhees. That's a different one.
Yeah. But anyways,
also a member of Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah, it was funny because he was talking to us. He said, "Hey, how about I go out to the beach where I was killed in Martha's Vineyard and do the podcast from there?" We're like, we're not going to hold you back, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Is he going to have a raft and go out in the water?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
As long as he's not too pruned, because his mother would not approve of that.
As long as he's not
And
too
mother
close
of
to other people on the beach.
All right. What'd you say, Derek?
As long as he's not too close to other people on the beach.
Oh,
Right.
Oh yeah.
So a distance of at least 6 feet.
Yeah.
At least 6 feet.
Can sharks get COVID? I think that's the biggest question.
What is that? What's the meme or the idea going around that Jaws is like a metaphor for COVID? You know, like Jaws. Get out of the water. Don't go to the
beaches will be open.
Yes. All right. Not to get political, but we'll stop that right there. So Ben, what's going on, man?
All right.
All right.
I did want to also mention that our Shark Week is going to coincide with the Discovery Channel Shark Week as well.
Yes.
So it will be that week of late August, the 26th or something, or not the 26th, something like that. The last sometime around the last week of August. I can't remember.
I'm sorry that they have to compete with us.
Well,
I know, right?
Yeah.
I think we start August 9, right, Luke? August 9, Shark Week.
I was way off.
Yes, it starts August 9th. It's the Sunday. So if we have an extra interview, maybe we'll throw it in there. But I think we definitely will, because we'll also be showing some of our Greg Nicotero interview that we did before.
Yes.
So that would be definitely part of our programming that week.
Yeah, Greg Nicotero, who refurbished one of the last remaining molds of Jaws. It's going to be in the museum over there on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. It's going to be great. All right, so I've got a clock. I am going to be counting down 3 minutes. So what's happening right now, for those of you who don't know, Ben is he is the last geek, last geek tonight.
Last geek tonight.
Last geek tonight. He's going to fill us in on the news, and I will count you down, Ben. You count me down, Ben. It's for
all right. I'll let you know. I got a little thing to say first, and then I have another thing to say after the 3 minutes is up. As I generally do, I like to save something for outside of the 3 minutes because it deserves a little bit more attention. So right now, I'm going to be doing that hashtag show presents the Con Guy, presents Ben Cleaver, presents Last Geek Tonight for July 2020. Don't blame me if I missed any news that came out on the 20th. I've only got 3 minutes, and I'm taping this on the 19th. All right, Jim, you can count me in. Give me 3 minutes.
Down from 3, 2, 1, go.
Disney has reportedly pulled their advertising for Hulu and Disney Plus from Facebook, claiming it's part of the Stop Hate for Profit campaign, which calls for boycotts of businesses that provide platforms for those who spread hate speech. Those who spread hate speech said, "We hate it." The United Arab Emirates launched for their first unmanned interplanetary mission from the Tanegashima Space Center in Japan on Sunday. The spacecraft, called Hope Probe, will take 7 months to reach Mars, where it will detail the planet's weather dynamics. Movie news! No Time to Die, the 25th James Bond film, was supposed to release this summer, but delayed due to the pandemic, may get pushed back again to summer 2021. Could that be the summer of blockbuster oversaturation, as this year's mega movie season is non-existent? Some films slated to release include Marvel's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Godzilla vs. Kong, Jurassic World Dominion, and Sony Marvel's Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Action flick The Old Guard, starring Charlize Theron and directed by Gina Prince Bythewood, released just over a week ago and has already proven to be one of Netflix's top 10 original film releases, tracking in at 72 million households as of this report. That puts it squarely in 6th place all time and is the only film in the top 10 featuring a black female director. TV news. In more Netflix news, Space Force has reportedly been renewed for a 2nd season, making me go squee. Be sure to check out my interview with 2 of the series' visual effects creators this week right here on thathashtagshow.com. Child's Play franchise creator Don Mancini released a teaser for Chucky, a TV series continuing the story of the original films, sans Mark Hamill reboot, and will be airing on both the USA and Sci-Fi networks. The diabolical doll will be voiced by none other than Brad Dourif, the voice of Chucky in all 7 of the continuity films. Coming out of hyperspace from seemingly nowhere, Lucasfilm dropped a doozy of an announcement this week. Coming exclusively to Disney Plus in 2021, the animated series Star Wars: The Bad Batch follows an elite clone trooper squad who were first introduced in the Clone Wars. Gaming news. According to all my gamer friends' Facebook posts, Ghost of Tsushima on PlayStation 4 is the shit.
1 minute.
In lieu of studying for a doctorate in 13th century feudal Japan, players can take on the mantle of Jin Sakai, a samurai warrior defending his home, the coastal Japanese island of Tsushima, from invading Mongol forces in the year 1274. So, you know, that same video game story we've seen over and over again. Comics news. At this weekend's Skybound Expo, friend of the show Robert Kirkman announced that the publisher will be releasing The Walking Dead Deluxe, a twice-monthly re-release of the originally black and white comic, but this time colorist Dave McCaig will color it in. So if you ever wanted to spend money on something you've already spent money on, you're in luck. The hit DC comic series Batman White Knight by writer and artist Sean Murphy has already spawned a sequel, a prequel one-off, and will continue to expand with Batman White Knight Presents Harley Quinn dropping October 20th. Written by Murphy's wife, Katana Collins, the book takes place 2 years after the events of Batman Curse of the White Knight. I cannot recommend it enough. Murphy's work, etc. And I have one more thing. Well, 2 more things. Publisher Boom Studios announced this week that they will be teaming up with Neo himself, Keanu Reeves, to release a 12-issue limited series called Berserker with no vowels, launching October 7th. Reeves' debut as a comic book writer has been described as, quote, action-packed and hyper-violent, an odd departure for Reeves' usual fare. And on a last and somber note, outside of my 3 minutes, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge some sad news, which it unfortunately seems I have to do every time we air a show. There have been a handful of tragic and significant losses in the last few days and weeks. Naya Rivera, Kelly Preston, Carl Reiner, and Representative John Lewis, just to name a few. But perhaps the one that hits the closest to home for those of us at that hashtag show and the con guy was the sudden death of Grant Imahara from a brain aneurysm at the age of 49. He was a towering figure in our geeky, nerdy community, and though I didn't know him personally, I have many friends who were close with him. Seeing this not only as a fan of his work on Mythbusters and White Rabbit Project, but as a witness to my friends' grief as they lose a loved one, makes this much more than just another celebrity death. He is now privy to the greatest myth or mystery that awaits us all. Rest in peace, Grant. Know you were, are, and always will be loved.
That was beautiful, Ben. Thank you for that. And yeah, that one was a shock. That one was a shock. I was not privileged to have known him, but I know that so many people in this community did, and that was very sad. So Ben, I have a question though. You said, what is the Boom Comics news that you were saying? Who was that?
So Keanu Reeves is.
Jim, you know who Keanu Reeves is, right?
Who is that?
Yeah.
He was in that Dracula movie with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And has two movies coming out on the same day. Or
He's in the lake house.
The Lake House.
He's in the lake house, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Keanu's doing a hyper-violent comic with Boom Studios, the comic book publisher, called Berserker. And apparently it's supposed to be super wild. Interviews with people from the publishing side of things have said he has an understanding of story that you realize he really is a great actor for as well as he understands story, and he brings that to his comic book writing, and it seems as though it's an easy transition for him to go into comic book writing because he's just written such a great story. So really looking forward to it.
But it may transition out again because that same article, I think I saw the one you posted, but it talked about how the character kind of strangely looks like him, and possibly if it could get adapted, that he could possibly play the part, and he would not be opposed to that, but he's not going to make that rule since he's the creator, right?
Right. Well,
So he,
there's a lot of ifs in there.
so he created it. He didn't write it, or he just like envisioned it, or
No, he wrote it.
oh, he wrote it. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I was just wondering, because like I know other celebrities who like write it and then they get illustrators, so I just was trying to clarify that. So okay,
That's very cool. Great job, Ben. That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So
I hope he does a Point Break comic.
Yeah.
Also,
There's-
I am going to download Ghost of Tsushima, and so when I play it, I can update all of our viewers about it.
There
So
you go.
Yes,
Nice.
I can check that out.
Derek, were you saying something?
No, I was just gonna say Keanu Reeves. I'm glad he's creating parts for himself since he's not getting enough work these days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about him in just a second. He's got a big panel at ComicCon at Home, which is really kind of surprising. Like, maybe not surprising. I didn't expect that the panels at ComicCon at Home were going to be as big as what they were.
Yeah.
Because we saw the WonderCon at Home, and those panels were good, but they weren't nearly the level of what ComicCon at Home is giving us. It's pretty.
yeah.
Speaking of ComicCon at Home, Katie,
Mhm.
let's talk a little bit. And Katie is our convention update specialist. And so, Katie, let me ask you a couple questions real quick. Max, do you have some updates for us?
I have a few. I unfortunately was not as prepared as I normally am. But
Oh, no worries.
Masquerade. I know a lot of people who go to Comic-Con. There's always the Cosplay Masquerade every single year on Saturday night. And they are still going to be doing that. Submissions are closed, and they're usually closed by now anyway. And for those of you who have not been to the convention or seen it, they do air it on HBO usually. The live event they normally do. But basically people can prepare either a solo costume or a group costume and present it in front of a live group of con goers and judges. And then they win different prizes for different things. It's super late at night. Everyone's tired. There's weird traditions that go on that you have to be there to know what happens. But it ends up being like a 2-3 hour thing. But unfortunately, with cons being canceled, it's kind of wondering what they were going to do. They are still going to do it. They took video submissions of the presentations that people would normally perform on live stage. And they're going to air those live, but still have judges as well who are still critiquing them and will still award winners. And usually there's some smaller prizes, but then sometimes depending on who their sponsors are, they can get some pretty big, awesome prizes, usually monetary prizes. So it's nice that people are able to still have a cosplay outlet, even though they can't physically be there in person. And it's kind of better because usually if you have ever done the Masquerade or know people who have, it takes up your whole day to do all the prep for it. So it's kind of nice that they can just film it at home and then relax at home and not have to take their whole day out of it. Maybe enjoy the con. So, yeah. And for the most part,
that. I think that's really cool. And that's going to be actually on Friday, July 25th is when that's going to be showing.
Yes.
I guess they have a Tumblr page that they're going to have a link for everybody to kind of tune into, which is kind of cool. And we get to see, what's cool is that we still get to see the performances. Like you said, they videotaped it. I love that.
Yeah.
As long as they had the laugh thing, you know, that better be in.
You know, it's probably going to be significantly shorter because they will not have that. Which I'm not going to lie, it is probably my least favorite thing about the Masquerade. I know, unpopular opinion. I'm just like, I don't want to go to bed. Can we just like
let's get
on with this?
Yeah. Do you have anything else for us, Katie?
Not that I know of. I mean, I know because we're already going to cover conventions and exclusives and stuff. So I think most of it is that. I just was going to mention that the weirdest thing, it's just weird for us not to report about parties or offsites. So it's just kind of weird getting used to the fact that we're not getting all that stuff too. So
I agree. Like usually, like one of our most fun episodes of the year is like all the cool offsites and things that people can and parties people can participate in. I do know that like Nerdist is having like a offsite, the Nerdist House. So if you want to go to the Nerdist House, and we have an article on theconguy.com if you guys want to check it out. Nerdist is going to have a lot of fun stuff going on the exact days of Comic-Con. So that's kind of cool.
Adult Swim is doing their thing, which is like their offsite.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Adult Swim has their thing like their offsite at the same time. Yeah.
And Funko is doing a virtual con all week. They're doing all sorts of stuff on their website as well. So, since they can't do fun days this year, they're doing a whole bunch of stuff on their site. Today they had a big, huge charity auction where they're auctioning off some cool stuff for people. And there's a lot of stuff. So if you go to the Funko website, it'll tell you kind of like the whole schedule of events for the whole week to help people still enjoy Funko even though they can't be in San Diego. So
that's pretty cool. I knew that Funko has a lot of releases coming up. So they're actually having like their own kind of online.
Their own virtual con,
That's pretty cool. That's pretty good. And Derek, like Derek said, Adult Swim is having a lot of stuff happening the same exact days as Comic-Con. They want it to be seen as like the offsite because, and Derek, like, have you been, Derek, to like the Adult Swim offsites behind the convention center during Comic-Con before?
Yeah, I've been there. They've done like big carnival type stuff in the past. Remember that when I did that Agent Mulder cosplay, I got a lot of attention because it looked like I just wasn't wearing pants. But I, so I was like trying one of those games where like the mallet. To try and get the thing, the whatever you call it. It's that strength game that I'm really terrible at because I'm not that strong. But it is a lot of fun. I mean, they have that stuff out back, and sometimes you can win prizes and everything if you have better skills than me, which doesn't take a lot. I haven't heard if FX is doing anything this year because their offsite has been fun in the past.
Yeah.
Right. Derek, why did people think you weren't wearing pants?
Because I was doing.
You weren't wearing pants. That's why people thought that.
I was doing Agent Mulder, and I was, wearing like a shirt and tie and jacket, like the FBI agent look on top, and then had the red Speedo for the bottom because, Agent Mulder.
But he's right. You weren't actually wearing pants.
I mean, it's pants in like the British sense.
Yes.
Yes.
So, the thing, hey, Katie, and I know that Katie would like to hear this. The thing that's kind of cool is a couple more things about the Comic-Con at Home. They are having what's called a cosplay challenge. It's different than the Masquerade. They're encouraging everybody to do like get your best cosplay because like one of the big things about San Diego Comic-Con is the cosplay. So they're encouraging people to do the cosplay. Get your best family appropriate, like not your super, unfamily like a cosplay.
Anime.
Well, there go all my ideas.
Derek, you got to wear pants this time. Anyways, and submit them. Use the hashtag Comic-Con at Home Cosplay. Hashtag Comic-Con at Home Cosplay. Submit it, images only, and they're going to be selecting a number of winners throughout the convention that will be posted on their website. So it's going to be kind of cool.
Nice.
They want to put together a gallery of the best cosplay because, as we know, cosplay has become like a giant portion of San Diego Comic-Con. And so there's only so much that you can do to recreate a physical event online.
Yes.
I love it that they're doing this though. They're going to have, they will be passing out, they'll be announcing winners for best mashup, best socially distanced group, The best socially distanced group, best use of household items, best. I love that one. Someone's going to have like a broom and a mop. I know. Best use of household items, best original character, most in character, best likeness. It was likeness, like a canon character, somebody that we've all seen before. Most humorous. They will also have best classic comic before 1985 and best modern comic character after 1985. I love it that they're sticking to the comic book.
That's cool. Yeah.
Most humorous. This is sounding like a high school yearbook. We actually had that.
Most likely to succeed.
Yeah.
All right, a few more little tidbits, and then we're going to jump into some cool stuff that Jake and the Cheeseman, Jake and Cheeseman, have brought to us. But one thing that's kind of cool is that let me do this right here. The comic. All right. One thing, they're going to have a daily Comic-Con newsletter. It's called ComicCon Today. It's going to be available every single day of the show. It says that they'll send it to your inbox. So I guess people who have a member ID will get it, but also you can go to their website every single day. And you know how like when you're at Comic-Con and you have those like you can pick up the daily newsletters. They tell you like what panels have changed, what's moved around, and the cool stuff that's happening. This newsletter will contain the news, the highlights, updates, everything happening. And here's what's cool. They want you to send in photos of you and your friends and your family exemplifying the best spirit of Comic-Con at home. I mean, we can all be the judges what that means, but you send it to newsletterpics at comic-con.org. Newsletterpics, P-I-C-S, at comic-con.org. And they're going to be they'll be like posting pictures of people participating in Comic-Con. So it's kind of cool. I mean, this begins at midnight, July 21. So if you're watching this podcast on Monday night, it's starting tomorrow night at midnight, and it goes throughout the convention, which is really kind of cool. So everybody can participate in that. All right. One thing I did want to share with everybody, one of the things that I look forward to every year when I show up at Comic-Con is the Souvenir Book, because it's really a cool celebration of all the anniversaries that have happened in the con world that year. This year, and I'm going to show you a picture, the Souvenir Book is still happening. You don't have to show up at the convention center to get it. It's going to be a PDF that will be available on Wednesday on the site, and I'm going to show you let me show you the cover right here. So the Souvenir Book, one of the main things, it's going to be celebrating 100 years of Ray Bradbury, which is, I love that cover. Ray Bradbury, let's celebrate that guy. And then here's a picture on the inside of the book, if you guys can see that. It's going to feature a section about Bradbury. It's also going to a section about Ray Harryhausen, the 50th anniversaries of Conan the Barbarian, and Jack Kirby's Fourth World. The 2020 Comic-Con Souvenir Book will debut on Wednesday, July 22nd on the Comic-Con site and also in all their social media. So be looking for that. I think that's really cool that they're going to be doing that. Again, I love that Comic-Con is going to the nth degree to try to recreate the feeling of the actual event. And one more bit of news before we go into the exclusives. The Eisner Awards are happening Friday, July 24th at 7 p.m. You can tune into the Eisner Awards. There's a link on the Comic-Con website. We're going to go over a lot of the panels tonight, but all the panels are listed on the Comic-Con website for the entire 5 days. You know, even though Wednesday is kind of light, but that's the preview day. On Friday at 7 o'clock, there's a link there. You click on it, and you can watch the Eisner Awards being presented, which is amazing. I love it that they did, you know, in this, everything else is being canceled, but we are keeping the Eisners. I love that we are keeping the Eisners. That's really cool. So, all right. We are going to talk about one of the main things that people come to Comic-Con for, and this is actually pretty cool. The fact that Comic-Con knows that we come there for the exclusives, the collectibles. We want to get our stuff. And on Wednesday, July 22nd, the Comic-Con at Home online exhibit hall is going live. You will find company listings, exclusive products for sale, promotional links, and a whole lot more. The exhibit hall will be available for all 5 days of the convention. what's kind of weird is it closes at the end of the convention. So they're recreating the feeling of like on that Sunday when you have 30 minutes left before they close down at 6 o'clock. Or is it 5 o'clock? What time do they close on Sunday?
Usually it's 6, I think.
Yeah. So
No, isn't it?
Earlier.
It's earlier than that. Isn't it 3 or something?
No. I think it's 5. I think they close at 5 because I know I'm
Okay.
always running around.
Yeah, last minute.
Yeah, so it's going to include it's also going to include a list of all the artists in Artist Alley, all the vendors, a list of all the fan tables, which is kind of cool, all the fan tables. So what it's going to look like, and you can go on the Comic-Con website, and we also have a link on our website. You can it's a big PDF open list, and it becomes live on Wednesday night at midnight. No, I'm sorry, Tuesday night at midnight, where you can click around the list. It'll take you, and all the vendors are listed. Everything's listed. All the exclusives are listed. Everything you can buy is listed, which is awesome. So before we throw it over to Jake and Cheeseman, Katie,
Yes.
what's happening from Funko that you are aware of?
So, as everybody knows, usually we have an entire segment of our show talking about how to get into the Funko booth. Obviously, this year, since they don't have it, they're doing something different that they have to do because no one can show up. It's pain. As most of you know, there's tickets and it's hard to get them. And I submitted every single year, every single slot, never got anything until last year when my roommate did. So this year, because of the circumstances, it is going to be completely virtual. So they're going to be putting their exclusives, which there's a long list of exclusives. There's a Back to the Future Marty McFly anniversary one coming out. There's Dwight Schrute as Recyclops. There's a Harry Potter in the Quidditch World Cup costume. There are the toucans, that is, of course, the kind of icon of San Diego Comic-Con, and a bunch more exclusives that they're dropping, just like they would have if the actual event happened. But they're going to be online, so you can go online to get them at 5 p.m. on the Funko website, and I think it's 12 a.m. on Thursday is when they're all shared with some other retailers. So some of them are going to go to Target, some of them are going to go to Best Buy, some are going to go to GameStop. You can go to those retailer sites as well and pick them up. All the info is on their Instagram if you guys want more information specifically about which retailers they're going to, but I will try to repost those on the Con Guy site as well. But yeah, it's going to be interesting because instead of 130,000 people trying to get slots to the booth, you're going to have millions of potentially people trying to get those pops. So
yeah, I remember a couple of years ago we posted an article. We called it the cluster Funko Funko experience, because it is so hard to get what you want at the cluster Funko booth. And Cheeseman, that was the year that I remember that you were getting that special Jaws Funko that you were.
Well, I wanted to, but then I was later able to get it. I think I like Toys R Us or another store, and still considered that it had the exclusive sticker still.
All right,
Get it at Toys R Us anymore.
So buy up.
Wait, what'd you say, Ben?
I said can't get it at Toys R Us anymore.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you can in Canada.
Canada.
Come on.
Yeah.
In
Brad-
Canada,
Brad's
Toys R
one
Us
day
is
watching
still
this.
open.
We can't go to Canada, Katie. We live
I'm
in the
just
United
saying,
States.
some of our viewers may.
we can't go to Canada because we got the Rona. So let's. Terrible joke. I shouldn't joke about.
This is no longer evergreen. Just kidding.
All right, so
Anyways.
hey, we got the Rona for a while. So Katie, thank you so much for filling us in on that. We are going to pitch it over now to Luke. Well, no, I'm sorry. We're going to pitch it over to Jake and Cheeseman. And if you guys can, don't go super fast, but don't go super slow, because I'm going to try my best. We're going to try to show people what you guys are talking about. All right? You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Ben will like this first one.
Yeah. So this is from NECA Toys.
Wait. Are you going from number 10 through number 1?
Now let's
start at
1.
Oh, okay. Number 1. There we go.
So NECA Toys, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the musical Mutagen 4-pack, which is based on the Coming Out of Our Shells live concert from 1990. You guys remember this?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, they had like a tie-in with Pizza Hut too back in the day. You could get like a cassette tape and stuff. So that's a big hit with the fans.
It was an actual live tour that guys in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles costumes like this went around and did like a concert series. And then there was like a VHS that you could buy at.
And the costumes are pretty shoddy. The masks, like One thing they always talked about was like the mouths would stay open when they weren't talking and stuff.
Not Donatello.
Right. Up next from Mattel, there's the Jurassic Park Dennis Nedry.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, that's got to be the best. That has to be the best packaging I think I've ever seen as an exclusive.
It's so good.
If you look at the picture too, he has a little piece of pie with the shaving cream on it too, and everything.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
and this one's
cool.
pre-sold out currently.
Yeah,
but hopefully, will it be back out again?
Yeah, I know a couple of these websites are gonna have, I guess, second waves, but a lot of these have sold out already. That was on Entertainment Earth, and within, I don't know, an hour or something, it was already sold out.
Wow.
One of them I was able to get this next one, which is the WWE Mr. T Elite figure. So this is the first time that Mr. T has been represented in a WWE action figure, and I love the design of the packaging is super cool. So I just happened to be on when it dropped on Entertainment Earth, and I was like, oh, that's so good, I gotta get that. So I'm looking forward to getting that soon. Up next from NECA, there's the Predator 2 City Demon figure.
That's
and
creepy.
it's a really cool design because it's like it's when he's invisible, the clear plastic, and then it's like when he's materializing in the electricity and stuff. I just love that design. And I should have got a video of the packaging too, because the packaging has little lights built in, like little LED lights that flash and stuff.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
really cool.
Is that a human skull with it?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. It's actually the 30th anniversary of Predator 2, which gets a bad rep, but I enjoyed it a lot. I think it's still a entertaining movie.
All right. And next.
Then we have
we got number 5 here, which is Back to the Future. It's a keychain and pen set. So the keychain, has the time circuits. It has the DeLorean, has the logo all together in one keychain. So out of all the things I saw, I'm very interested in. It's very affordable at like $20, and you can, I think, pre-order it right now, and then it comes in an old school VHS looking Back to the Future case, and there's also a out of time license plate pin that you can have, and it's also celebrating the Back to the Future 35th anniversary, similar to the Funko thing Katie was referencing earlier. So very excited about this one. That's I think one you could get right now if you go on the website, and this one was done by Factory Entertainment, but if you search online, you should be able to find this one fairly easy.
And I love that it says convention exclusive on it. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go to number 6. So this is the one and only Stan Lee from.
I was going to say, is that Stan Lee? Okay.
It's amazing. I mean, the likeness is so good. So it's the scene where he's cutting his hair. So and it does come with, I think, some more parts and stuff. We just kind of right here have kind of the main feature.
That's the part where it's like, my hands aren't as steady as they used to be.
Wait, I'm missing. What is this from?
Thor
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, right. Okay.
When he's cutting Thor's hair.
Yeah.
He did quite a good job with that thing, I will have to say.
Yeah.
But this is from Sideshow Collectibles, and there's not, I think, yet a price. I could be wrong, but as far as my searches went, I did not see a price for this one yet.
That's the second one, because the first one they've done last year or the year before was from Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2, where he was in the astronaut outfit. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
This next one that you guys have is my favorite one you have today.
Yeah, Jim's probably going to be getting this one
Right there,
away.
yeah.
But it's the Godzilla Gallery Burning Godzilla statue.
Yeah.
So this one's by Diamond Select, and this is around $70. But if you're a Godzilla fan, you go look at the booths, the Godzillas usually aren't the most because they're done so well.
$200 to $500 usually, yeah. So this is a great price.
Yes, and just the effects on it with the fire look and the look on, and it's a good kind of in between Godzilla, not too fat, not too skinny, just right in between Godzilla kind of thing, and it's got that cool kind of fiery look.
Thick.
Yeah, just thick and strong,
Where is this from?
Thick with 2 C's.
This one's from Diamond Select.
All right, cool.
Go to Mega Lopolis Toys.
Megalopolis. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Something like that. Yeah.
Here we go.
And here we go. So this one's just a
I
little
love
hot,
that.
but I love it. It's Hulk in the back of the truck from from Endgame. So this is done by Hot Wheels. It's called the Hot Wheels Marvel Land Rover Defender 110 pickup truck. That's a mouthful, but this is from Mattel Creations, and you can. This will be on sale July 23rd, and that one's only around $20. So very affordable, but very kind of cool and fun.
All right.
Nice.
All right. This next one's going to be popular.
Yeah, I'll let Jake take this one because he's a big
Yeah.
Star Wars collector.
So obviously the Mandalorian. This is a scale bust, and it's from Gentle Giant, and it's the Beskar armor version. So really cool. Gentle Giant always has a lot of really good stuff. I remember 2 years ago at Comic-Con, like the lines for these exclusives were crazy. And
this is 1/6 scale.
Yeah, 1/6 scale. Yeah.
Wow.
Very cool.
Cool.
How much is
120.
Jake?
What's that?
Is there a price?
Yeah, 120.
120. All right.
But it's very well done. It looks really cool.
Yep.
All right. And number 10 looks super fun.
And there we go. We got the Avengers Endgame Bro Thor Egg Attack figure, and you can get this at Beast Kingdom. And this is around $80, but you can change out the head. It comes with different like hand pieces, different things, but and it also has the Comic-Con exclusive sticker on the box. So it's one you may want to keep in the box because this is definitely one of those great exclusive ones to keep. And also, you got the axe and you got the sunglasses. Best of all.
You're Lebowski. I'm the dude.
That's what it looks like.
But there's so many more things to check out. I mean, Derek, there's some Star Trek stuff for you there. There's even like a little coffee cup kind of thing that's very Picard. They also got like other kind of the busts, and there's so many
Nice.
collectible things on there. You just got to search online.
There
But
are busts of there are busts of both Picard and Riker doing the face palm
Yep.
that you can get. Pricey, but yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So speaking of Picard, Derek, we are going to move in. Hey, by the way, Jake and Cheeseman, thank you guys so much for putting that together. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, everyone, that is just a fraction. That's just the tip of the iceberg of what you can expect from Comic-Con at home. And all the vendors are going to be on the website. So this coming Tuesday night at midnight, which, Wednesday at 12 in the morning, you can start getting these things. So this is kind of exciting. While you guys were doing the research today, Luke sent me a picture from Mondo of a Creature from the Black Lagoon tiki mug, which I had to buy it right at that moment. It was great. I can't wait to get that. All right. So Derek, he was talking about Picard. He was talking about some stuff. We are going to talk about some of the panels, and we don't have tons of time. So we are going to try to kind of do the highlights of what folks can expect from Wednesday through Thursday. Just let everybody know also, Wednesday is kind of a light day. It's kind of like the preview day. It's mainly education-based stuff, classroom stuff, not bad stuff. I'm just saying it's a little bit more of a niche audience on Wednesday.
I'm actually really stoked. I really appreciate that they're spending quite a bit of time on Wednesday, just specifically on panels that are geared towards how to use the Comic-Con type of stuff that we love about this, movies, comic books, TV shows, characters, to inspire educational opportunities and creativity in kids and younger generations and use it as a part of education, which I think is fantastic.
I agree. It's also like there's a lot of stuff that speaks to some of the social movements that are happening in our country right now as well. So if you guys are interested in that, Wednesday, like Ben said, is a great day to check out. So Derek, do you want to start on Thursday and tell me what kind of panel?
Well, I was going to point to one from Wednesday. Can I do that first?
Yes. Why am I overlooking Wednesday?
I don't know, Jim. Why would you overlook Wednesday?
I don't know.
Other things on here. But Wednesday at 5 p.m., this stood out to me, is conspiracy theories and propaganda throughout pop culture. I love a good conspiracy movie. Actually, the movie Conspiracy Theory is a lot of fun, not only because it has Patrick Stewart, but it's just great. So this is a panel looking at how conspiracies show up in pop culture, in movies and comics and everything, and how that kind of shapes the way people think about things and are more easily believe conspiracies. Anyway, it sounded like a lot of fun. But if anybody else has anything from Wednesday.
Hey, Does anyone Ben had some stuff which is great. Derek, I think you had some stuff. Does anyone have anything else from Wednesday before we jump into Thursday? And again, we're going to kind of just give the highlights. Let's go ahead and do Thursday. Hey, Derek, do you want to jump into Thursday and tell us about some of the stuff that you were looking at?
Yeah, actually, Thursday has some. Well, that's the big day for the Star Trek Universe panel, where they just have a bunch of cast members from all the shows, and they talk about where Discovery and Picard and Lower Decks, I think they're hitting all of those, and where they're coming, where they're going. They get previews. They've got cast in there, and that's 10 to 11 a.m. I believe. Which, if you go to StarTrek.com, they've got an SDCC page covering all of their panels and all the products that they're the exclusives they got for the convention. There's a fancy-looking teacup and saucer. There's a bottle opener it says Starfleet Academy. There's several cool things. But what I am also really interested in at the same time is one called Art and the Holocaust, which will probably be serious and heavy, but what's really interesting is they talk about not only how the Holocaust has been portrayed in film and pop culture, but they have this woman who was a little girl at the time and survived the Holocaust and has gone on to become a graphic novelist and artist. That's Miriam Caden, I think is how her name is pronounced. But they're talking about artwork and propaganda both in Nazi Germany and in the U.S., where in the U.S. they were like, Uncle Sam wants you and buy war bonds and all this stuff. So it sounded like a really interesting panel. It'd be really cool to hear like this woman be interviewed and talk about how that shaped her creativity as an adult. And I've got a whole bunch of others listed in here. There's a Brandon Sanderson spotlight at 4 p.m. There's a Mystery Science Theater 3000 panel at actually I believe that's 6 p.m. I wrote down some wrong times here or there because
6 p.m. Yep.
Yes, Brandon Sanderson I think is actually at 3.
That'll be one of Jake's favorites as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's a big fan.
Yep.
Yeah, I've only read like one Brandon Sanderson book, and I really want to read his others. But what I love about Brandon Sanderson are his lectures that he's done at BYU on writing that you can watch on YouTube. So many of them are available, and they're really informative and really inspiring, and it makes me just like him because he's just this really fun-loving, nerdy guy who somehow manages to write books really fast and has written tons of them. And they're always just super imaginative, and so that could be a cool one. Science of Back to the Future is at the same time, 3 to 4. And then one called Prototype and Game Pitches, publishing your tabletop game, which I do love tabletop gaming. I haven't really designed stuff on my own, but it'll be really cool to go there and see to go online and hear people talk about how they develop some of their games and what they do to get them published.
Cool. And highlights, guys. Any more highlights from Thursday? We have to zoom through this. I do see that Superstore is going to be doing a panel at 3 p.m., which is cool. Wait, am I looking on the wrong day? I'm looking at Thursday. The Boys. Did you mention The Boys on Amazon?
No.
Season 2 is coming
Not
back
yet, no.
at 3 p.m. Did anybody else have something from Thursday before I run through this? All right. Van Helsing.
4 o'clock, there's a Bugs Bunny 80th anniversary extravaganza, which, Bugs
fun.
Bunny, I mean, come on.
I know it's great that they're returning Bugs Bunny back because some of the older Bugs Bunny is probably not very acceptable to modern audiences. So I'm very curious. That's putting it mildly.
It was always very irreverent humor,
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very. I love it.
Is Bugs Bunny gonna make an appearance though, since it's virtual?
Yeah. Well, the fourth coat of Mel Blanc will be there.
All right. Also, one thing that Marvel 616, a new show coming on Disney Plus this fall, is going to have a panel previewing that, which I'm really excited about. The show's His Dark Materials from HBO and Upload from Amazon will also be making an appearance. Anything else, guys, before we move on real quickly to Friday? Hey, Derek, what do you see on Friday that is interesting you?
Well, I've got several. The Bob's Burgers panel is on Friday from 4 to 5.
Awesome.
The psychology of Star Trek versus Star Wars, which always sounds fun to me. They just talk about the different themes, the different characters, and what that goes into for the way people think. That's from 2 to 3. I'm going a little backwards here, but 1 to 2 is Water, Earth, Fire, Air, continuing the Avatar legacy, which has some of the creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra talking about how that universe has been developing even since The Last Airbender finished up. Which is supposed to get a live action series on Netflix or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one later on, let's see. 6 to 7 p.m. is Klingon Lifestyles, the Home Alone game. Okay, so I saw Klingon Lifestyles. Apparently, they've been doing this a long time. I only discovered it like 1 or 2 years ago, and I've only seen it one time. And it's just fun because it's a bunch of fans who do their Klingon cosplay and do an original show. And it's a play, and it's almost like community theater Star Trek. But it's great because it's just, they have very little budget. It's just people who love doing it and have a sense of humor and just play Klingons. And they do it in one of these, in the past anyway, they've done it in one of these rooms at the convention center and just put on a show. And it's great. So I can't wait to see what they do online with Zoom.
I have not
seen it. The Home Alone year.
One of the best things that if you haven't seen it, it's one of the best things there. What else do you have on Friday, Derek, real quick?
That's my list. I need to let somebody else talk.
Anything on Friday?
Sure, there is everything Walking Dead on Friday. At noon, we have Fear the Walking Dead. At 1 p.m., we have the Walking Dead panel, and those both have been big panels at Hall H every year at Comic-Con as long as the shows have been going on. But now we are introducing the newest chapter of The Walking Dead, The Walking Dead World Beyond, and that'll be right after from 2 p.m. So basically from noon to probably almost 3 o'clock, all Walking Dead fans will just have so much Walking Dead, probably announcements and just cool questions and things going on.
Luke, how are you going to crash the Fear the Walking Dead panel this year, though?
I'll just somehow hack Maggie's phone, my cousin, and somehow
usually every year,
like, geez, man.
You would have had to crash the Zoom conference. I mean,
for those who do not know, Luke's cousin, Maggie Grace, is on Fear the Walking Dead, and he usually crashes that panel each year to ask her an embarrassing question until the year she texted him and said, please don't come to the panel.
She got me into the Hall H panel. No questions asked, but I couldn't ask a question that particular year. Just
no questions asked all around.
Hey, one thing that's happening, scheduled to happen on Friday, I'd be curious if it's going to still happen, is a Zoom with Josh Whedon. There's supposed to be a one hour session of Josh Whedon video. If they did do a video, maybe it was recorded. I don't want to get into it, but as we all know, there's a little bit of controversy surrounding Josh Whedon on the set of Justice League right now. So we'll see if he addresses that. That's interesting. Also, Archer, Pandora, 2 shows I would love to see those panels. And then Sci-Fi Network is premiering their new late night animation block, which is going to be really kind of cool. I think they're going to be competing a little bit with Adult Swim. All right, let's move in.
And if you don't want to see Joss Whedon, just watch the Deep Blue Sea 3 panel that's going on at the exact same time, because you know that movie's going to be awesome.
I saw that. It looks so, but it's being moderated by the director of Sharknado 4 or something like that.
Perfect.
Like,
Why not?
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
All right, Luke, we got to get him on Shark Week. All right, let's jump into Saturday. Derek, do you have Saturday stuff?
Yeah, I've got a long list for Saturday, so I'll probably skip some of these and also talk kind of fast.
Yeah, fast.
Inglorious Trexperts, 30 years of Best of Both Worlds, which Best of Both Worlds is one of the, well, it's a 2-part episode, so it was 2 of the most famous classic episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. It was the season 3 finale and the season 4 premiere, in which Picard gets assimilated into the Borg, and and will they save him? Will they not? I don't know. The show went on for 3 seasons, or more seasons, a lot more seasons.
It's called the pivotal episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah, it's huge, and anyway. So it'll be really cool to hear them talk about that as a retrospective. You've got Star Trek historians basically with the Inglorious Trexperts podcast. At the same time, 10 to 11 a.m., Warner Archives' Secret Origins of Saturday Morning Cartoons, which sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes.
And Leonard Maltin is there, who's like the great film historian, has interviewed everybody. Let's see. Calling All Book Lovers is a tour book preview from 12 to 1 p.m., which if you're into sci-fi and fantasy novels, that's a cool one to go to. Or I keep saying go to. I'm still going to say it's a cool panel to go to. You're going online to watch it. Also, 12 to 1 p.m., Disney Plus's Phineas and Ferb, the movie, Candace Against the Universe, which... It's a Phineas and Ferb movie. What else is there to say?
Enough said.
Yeah. 1 to 2 p.m. is Picard 2020, a literary retrospective, which this is not the official panel about Picard, this series. It's about Picard, the character, and how he developed. And it specifically looks at the stuff that he reads that we know as a character. Like, he's reading Shakespeare and, bringing up literature and philosophy a lot. which I think is cool because that's one of the things I've always loved about Picard is how he pulls these lessons from classic literature that he applies to his leadership. And I'll skip some of these because it just will take too long to go through all of them. But there's learning through role-playing games is 4 to 5 p.m. And then 5 to 6 p.m. is What We Do in the Shadows, moderated by Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yes. Which this past season of that show was still amazing fun. I don't know how they can keep it going like this. It's just, it's just a really funny show. It's everything you would want a series based on that movie to be, in my opinion.
All right. So we only have like 3 or 4 minutes left here. Like American Dad is going to be there. Guillermo del Toro and Scott Cooper are doing something about antlers. Family Guy, For All Mankind. Women Rocking Hollywood 2020, supporting female-helmed film and TV is going to be there. That's always a good panel. Leonardo DiCaprio's Appian Way production company is putting The Right Stuff TV series there. There's a Constantine 15th anniversary reunion there, and so much more. All right, we are going to jump in. Oh, wait. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is doing a panel, Katie. Yes. I know that you're a big fan, and so is Ben of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And
I'm a big fan. I'm just way behind.
And perhaps one of the biggest panels of the day, Bill and Ted Face the Music. Keanu Reeves and his counterpart are going to be there talking about the new movie. So that's going to really be cool. And so many more things on that. Winona Earp. Kevin Smith is going to be there. Farscape might be coming back Sunday. Let's finish on Sunday, guys. Real quick.
6 p.m.
What, Luke?
Kevin Smith is 6 p.m.
Yeah, Kevin Smith at 6 p.m. He does his annual panel. He's not skipping because of the Rona.
And Ben and Katie, did you have any Saturday that you want to share?
Yeah.
Now we don't have time.
Yeah, exactly.
Sunday, let's end on Sunday real quick, Derek, real quick.
The Goldbergs, 1 to 2 p.m. And then at 4 to 5 p.m., Christmas in July, The Psychology of Pop Culture and Christmas.
Yes. Katie, do you have – there's one on Sunday, Katie, I knew that you might be interested in. Although we are not getting the normal – I don't even know if I wrote it down. There's not a normal Supernatural panel, which is always on Sunday, but there is something celebrating 15 years of Supernatural. It's something – and I will post it later. There's a 15th anniversary of Supernatural panel that's happening. It's supposedly really cool. There's also the Looney Tunes. But there's a really cool thing happening at the very end of the day on Sunday, a conversation with Nathan Fillion. Showrunner Alexi Hawley from The Rookie talks with Nathan, and we're going to have special guests by Joss Whedon, Alan Tudyk, Gina Torres, Mika Cox, Molly Quinn, Seamus Deaver, and John Hortes. That's going to be a huge panel. I can't wait to see that one. And I will post it on the website. There's a ton of industry panels and special panels. Ben, can you give us a 15-second promo of a really cool panel happening on Monday at 3 o'clock?
Well, there's a really fantastic Sunday, Jim. You said Monday. Sunday at 3 p.m.
Sunday, please do it Sunday.
ComicCon at Home is going to be what they're calling it's Morphin' Time Power Rangers meetup. This is actually the Con Guys' very first San Diego Comic-Con panel.
Yeah.
It is in the line of panels that we've done at WonderCon Anaheim last year and LA Comic-Con last year, where we bring in some former Power Rangers and we have a good time getting to know them, talking about what they're doing, what their experiences were on the show. It's hosted by yours truly. I am humbled and honored to be the host of these things for the Con Guy. And, we have Davi Santos from Power Rangers Dino Charge. We've got William Schufelt from Power Rangers Ninja Steel, Jack Guzman from Power Rangers Wild Force, Jasmeet Badawalia from Power Rangers Beast Morphers, and a special appearance from, well, I guess I was going to keep it a secret, but Claire Blackwelder from Power Rangers Dino Charge was also on the show. She's wonderful. She actually FaceTimed in from her phone while she was walking around in Seattle, I think. And so it was a blast to shoot this. We did it last month, actually on Juneteenth. And we had a blast shooting it, and I'm so stoked for it. I'm so excited. I hope a lot of people tune in for it because it's a really fun panel.
And also, right after that panel concludes, myself and Luke Cheeseman are on a panel called Full-Time Creative Career on a Part-Time Basis. Luke, do you have anything to say about that panel as we end the podcast today?
It's my first Comic-Con panel.
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah.
So big celebration for me. Jim's been on that panel before, but it's great for you that are looking to be in the industry, looking to kind of take your creative things on a part-time. Like a lot of us have to work our day jobs to pay our bills, but we want to be like in the industry doing stuff that could eventually get us on the other side of Comic-Con. So it's a great panel to kind of give you tips of how to get into the industry.
Yeah.
All right, be paying attention to the YouTube, the Twitter, the Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for theconguy.com because Cheeseman and Jim will be safely distancing but traveling to San Diego for the weekend of Comic-Con. We're going to be talking with Tony Kim from Hero Within. We're talking to a few other people down there at the Comic-Con grounds, the sacred grounds of the convention center, so it's going to be fun. But don't worry, we're going to have our masks on. We'll be safely distanced from everybody, so you don't have to worry about us. We'll be all good. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us this week. Comic-Con at Home is a brand new experience that we are all hoping that goes well. We hope everybody tunes in. Katie, where can we find you online?
You can find me online on all social media and Twitch at KT_Christine. And I also will be doing some helping with social media over the weekend. If you guys are a small business or artist that you want us to shout out, please hit us up on our Twitter or Instagram so we can give you guys some acknowledgement so that people can know where to find you. So
that's right. All right, Cheeseman and Jake, where can we find you guys?
Instagram, the Jacobus System.
Yep.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Cheese on Couch, and you can also find me on theconguy.com and also our other website, thescareguy.com.
Derek.
You can find me on Twitter at ConGuyDerek and occasionally on theconguy.com. We will be putting up some more stuff pretty soon.
Hey, Ben, why do you have that cup?
You know, people always ask me, why are you drinking out of that red cup? It's because whenever Ben Cleaver shows up, it's always a party. You can find me on social media here at Ben Cleaver, BENKLIEWER. And I will also be performing stand-up comedy this Sunday morning via Zoom at the Dollface Dames and Lola Boutte present the Brunch Battle for Sunday, July 26th. Just look up Brunch Battle Sunday, July 26th on Facebook. Tickets are available through Eventbrite. It is a variety show, burlesque show, comedy, music for brunch on a Sunday. So if you have the late morning open, please buy a ticket and tune into that. It goes to continue supporting entertainment that we usually do live, but is now online for obvious reasons.
All right. And for those of you who want to buy tickets, but you don't remember, go to, there it is, theconguy.com. We will put information about Ben's show on theconguy.com. Follow us on at theconguy.com on Twitter, at theconguy on Instagram, and look for us on Facebook and YouTube. Guys, we are so glad you tuned in this week. Thank you so much. Have a great Comic-Con at home, and we'll see you next time here on The Con Guy Show here on the #.com network. See you later, guys.